Hey, it's Deepak, and I'm back in Hate Plus after a very long break from this game. So I don't remember, did I need to extract more? No. Oh no, but they were so good together. Wait, what? Dear Diary, I can't believe she'd do that to me. I hate her, she's the worst. I hope she gets what she deserves from that man she's decided to leave me for. How could you do that to me? Hate, 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 hate. I was at the theater to tell her my decision about... Oh no. Oh jeez. I just realized how badly I screwed that up for me. All because I was stupid enough to be love-struck by that stupid, selfish woman. Oh no, what am I gonna do now? I was at the theater to tell her my decision about that man my parents wanted me to marry. He was so icky, I told her. He was like a dozen years older than me. And that beard... and had this beard that was just yuck. Well, I'm sure you could convince him to shave it, she said distantly. I was surprised. Don't defend him. I could never live with someone like that. Besides, I'd have to be away from you, and I could never. I trailed off. Anyway, I told him no. I was totally uninterested, and that he should go find some girl his age instead and maybe ask her directly instead of going around to her parents. My father was upset, but I had to, so that's the end of that. And yeah, she said, oh no, I think I know where this is going. We have to break up, she said suddenly. Nothing else, nothing leading into it, just that. I don't really remember what I said. I don't think I believed her. I know I stammered a lot, probably. What? There's a patron who'd like to buy me out and take me into his house. It's something I've considered for a long time now. I'm afraid it's come to the point where it's the only recourse I can take, she said. Didn't she realize this was bound to happen? He's made a very generous offer, and I fear it would be unwise of me to decline it. Buy you out? What does that even mean? I asked. Sorry? Are you going to move in with this man? It means I will receive a regular stipend for performing for him and his guests exclusively, and that yes, I will live in his house and receive 3 cooked meals a day and an actual bed to sleep in, she said. I have to. We get smaller and smaller audiences every week. This just isn't tenable. It's a generous offer. Jenna needs to be more rational. But she's in love. What, like, do you seriously see a way it could possibly work? You need to be rational too, Hyune. Ugh. I couldn't believe it. My mind just raced. I'd just turned down an offer like that for her sake, and she did this to me. Is it the man I saw you with before? The one you've been doing all those private shows for? The one who was all in your face and touching you and all... Oh, my precious Aejong, I would be honored to slobber all over you like some gross man. Please come into my home now, I demanded. Sorry. That guy from the Ryu house you said you didn't want to have anything to do with? That isn't fair. Yes, it is him, but... She trailed off. Yeah, I bet he'll give you a bed to sleep in, I shouted. Don't say that, Jenna. It's not like that. She lied. Besides, even were it like that, I no longer have the luxury of being picky. If I said no, what would I do when the theater closed down? At least you can live with your parents still. I have no such option. The man has made a kind and generous offer, and I must accept it. I can't believe it, I said, crying. I thought you loved me. I thought you cared for me, but... You're better off without me anyway, she said. And she told me, I can't really remember her exact words now, but she told me that she didn't feel as strongly about me as I did for her, and that she regretted being a crutch for me as long as she did, and that our relationship was a mistake, and that she should have done this far sooner. Fine, I screamed at her. If that's how it is, fine. I'll get out of your life and leave you alone to your precious, kind, and generous man. I started to storm off. This is painful. We can agree on that. Wait, please don't leave like that. Please stay, she begged. A relationship is doomed, but it doesn't mean I didn't like being with you. Please, stay one more night. I couldn't bear it if my last memory of you was a sad one. I thought her voice was always so graceful before. Right then I realized it wasn't. It was pitiful. It was always pitiful. She was trying to manipulate me. Probably like she'd done with that patron. Probably like she'd done with me before. It wasn't charming. It wasn't playful elegance. It was a pitiful lie. So I told her the truth. I hate you. I screamed at her and ran away. But Aijang did the right thing. How can she be so unappreciative of that? I don't know what to do now. I tried to not let my family see me like this, but well, there's only a paper screen in between us. I'm such a mess. I just can't believe she'd do that to me. I can't believe after I made the hard decision, she made the easy one and threw me away. Writing this has calmed me down a little at least. And now reality sinks in. I have nothing now. I guess all I can do now is apologize to my dad and hope that I get a second chance. I guess that's all I can do. I can't believe she'd do that to me. I hate her. Honestly, I'm hoping I don't have her perspective. I see where Jin is coming from on this, like, I made the hard decision, we made the easy one. She did make the easy one. She's completely out of control. Let's get straight into the most important item on the session, the Bureaucrat Class Act. Otherwise known as cleaning up the mess that everyone should have seen coming a year ago Act. Counselor. Don't counselor me. Can we acknowledge for the record that this is an attempt at damage control for the idiotic one lineage amendment? Is the level of pettiness truly necessary? I really think you're out of line too. I'm glad you offered your obligatory throwaway opinion for this session, Counselor Han. I can't believe. What? Are we done with derailment, Counselor Mute? Oh, oops. No derailment for me. Clearly it's important to put this act through. I just want to start off by acknowledging for the record that this is a derelict response to the problems caused by the one lineage amendment, that's all. Fine, so noted. Now can we move on? Sure, go ahead. You have the floor, Counselor Smith. Can you scroll more, please? Okay. Contrary to what Counselor Mute says, this has nothing to do with the one lineage amendment. The purpose of the act is to weaken the lower class by dividing them. You mean the class that we've bolstered by alienating new noble families with, like, every single session of council? Didn't you say you'd stop? I don't think I can be any more blunt. This isn't related to the one lineage amendment. The goal is to create a new social class with a higher standing than the peasantry without nearly as high a cost to us as noble families. There's about 10 appendices that outline the whole proposed arrangement. Is there room for debate on those numbers? I still don't get any of this. What are they talking about? Well, it's like the social class that families like you were part of in our time. Heavens no. As I understand, it's a very delicate budget. There's really no room for any amendment. Understood. Not everything needs to be a giant hostile debate, despite the Council of Security's penchant for it. Surely we can agree on Councilor Ryu's proposal without any further debate. Okay, I'm not going to dignify that, but I'm pretty sure you meant Councilor Smith. Yes, I misspoke, but thanks for the pedantry. Then does anyone object? I'll second a motion to vote if you need one. Nope, I don't. Then, with no objections, a vote will automatically be called. How does the council vote? Councilor of Security is in favor? That's a surprise. This is neither the time nor the place for your pettiness, okay? Just register your vote. You're one to talk, but of course I'm in favor. Likewise. The Councillor of Agriculture is in favor. The Councillor of Culture is in favor. The Councillor of Engineering and Science is in favor. The Councillor of Captaincy is in favor. Naturally, the Councillor of State is in favor. The act passes unanimously, then, and shall be sent directly to the President for signing. I'd never be like that. I can be chatty, but there's a time and a place for that. Since there isn't really anything else important on the agenda, I move to dismiss Council. We are actually in agreement. The motion is seconded. Council will reconvene at a date to be determined next month. Dismissed. President Park was the enemy of Old Mute and the rest of the Council. He represented commoners. I don't remember seeing that picture before. Oh well. Kim So-yi. Oh geez, she needs to clean up badly. I'm sure she's just busy. Apartment status, no time to make the bed this morning. Joke's on me. Dishes need to be washed and broken mixing bowl needs replacing. Floor needs to be swept. In retrospect, I suppose it was an inevitability. For the last month, I was the only woman in the department still left, excluding custodial services and the like. Certainly with the last of any sort of engineering qualifications at all. Most quit. My mother tells me that all of them are pregnant now. I didn't realize my position might be in peril. I assumed I would continue to work in engineering forever, even given the pay cuts, considering the possibility that I am actually a naive idiot. Yesterday, I delivered my report on the radiation problem to the research chief. The entire presentation took an hour, covering most of the material in the 100-page report, and he seemed to find my conclusions both reasonable and useful. At least he said as much. Oh, So-yi, it's not your fault you're naive, it's just how you were raised. And he was taking notes the whole time. He seemed satisfied that I had proven the hypothesis that increased levels of ambient radiation had negative impact on fertility rates. I would like to extend this research further, I told him. I have reason to believe that not only could it hypothetically have an impact, but that the low birth rates in the Muganhwa are related to ambient radiation being outside safe levels. I think understanding this problem could be the step in addressing a serious problem. So that was the cause then. But if they knew that back then why? Wait, really? Like, did she have evidence? I'm assuming yes, she said she did. She researched it. Serious problem. We'll hold off on the proposal for now, but I'll think about it. That's an interesting theory. I don't know if there's really room for funding that, but I do see the importance, he said to me. I do not understand why he did, but because near the end of the day I got the message from him saying that I was fired effective the end of tomorrow. I feel as though I should have seen it coming. I suppose the friendliness was cowardice and an unwillingness to deliver the message to my face. I feel betrayed by his actions. While I was sitting there, stunned, Han walked into my office. I glared at him. He told me that my replacement had yet to be decided and that he wanted me to put his name in as the most qualified. I glared at him more, speechless that he would suggest such a thing. Han he's awful. He was supposed to be your colleague, but he did horrible things to Kim So-yi. Yeah, I remember that. What does Kim So-yi look like again? Oh yeah. If you don't, I'll tell your husband that you... What's her husband look like? Pyeonnaemon was Kim So-yi's older husband. He seemed to care about her a lot. And then he made a vulgar hand gesture towards his mouth. I was sickened. I was angry. My boss treating me as though I had no value was bad enough, but to be blackmailed by someone like Han was beyond reproach. Disgusting. Ugh, that's so gross. Okay. So with this blackmail, shouldn't blackmail, like, not work? shouldn't you trust your significant other more, so where you shouldn't... Because, like, Kim So-yi in this position should really, like, just shut this down, like, he doesn't even know you, why would he trust you, kind of thing. He would trust me in this situation, right? I don't know. I'm still angry about thinking it. I'm still angry thinking about it, actually. I wanted to tell him to leave me alone, that I never would. What I really wanted to say was fuck off. I tried. I was unable to work up the nerve. All I could do was log off my workstation for the last time and watch the image of Neymon on the desk fade away. I did not want him to see it. I tried to storm out of the office, but he grabbed me by the arm. He said that he meant what he said in a threatening tone. I didn't care anymore. Do what you will, I choked out and yanked my arm away. I hurried out, not caring what people thought as I left the department looking upset. His threats were disgusting, but at that moment I felt like they held no power. I had already lost my job, the most important thing to me. If I have no purpose, it is hard to be afraid. That shouldn't be the most important thing to her. Her husband should. I feel stupid and naive for not realizing the timing could not have been a coincidence, being fired right after delivering my last report. Maybe I should have held on to the report, stalled. Maybe I should have known how precarious my position was. I am an idiot. Late evening addendum to this diary entry. Really, if she'd just see that it's for the better. I don't think... My husband was very nice and supportive when I delivered the news to him. I have one more day, but I do not think I'll go in, I said. Oh, hell no, of course not. Those bastards don't deserve that, he said, putting his hand on my shoulder. You're so tense. I mean, of course you are. I'm sorry, dear. Turn a bit. I'll give you a massage. I obliged, and he started to rub my shoulders. Ah, I said. It felt nice. Thank you. I didn't know what else to say. What is this? You don't think... What? You don't think... What? Nothing. Can you ask your family for help? Maybe there's something they can do about your old boss, I mean. Who is their old boss? Oh. Wow, okay. He was trying to be helpful. But it unfortunately was not. I don't think anyone's wanted to throw around so much influence since the family lost the counselorship. There's complicated politics involved. I don't understand them, really, I told him. I'll ask my dad, but I'm very confident that it won't help. That sucks, he said bluntly. I agreed with the assessment. I do not know what I'm going to do with my life now, I sighed and admitted. That job was everything, and I am hardly qualified to do anything else. Everyone else is settling down and having kids, but it trailed off. I did not want to offend by suggesting that I did not want to have kids with him. Which is not to say that I do, but I am young and I'm sure I'll change my mind in the future. Most people seem to, and I would not assume that I am any different, but right now I cannot imagine it. Thankfully, he understood. She seems like a good woman, just with confused priorities. No, of course not, honey. There's no rush, he said, hugging me tightly. Only when you're ready. What do you want to do now, dear? I mean, if you didn't have to worry about jobs or money or anything, what would you be doing? Well, my research is very important. I do not believe anybody else will conduct it. I think the continued existence of the Manganghwa society depends on dealing with the problem. But right now, it's not even accepted that there is one. I said, I would continue working on it regardless. It is that important. Then you should keep doing it if it's that important to you. You're a tough girl, I believe in you, he said to me. It means a lot to me that he says those things. You at least like her husband though, right? He's so understanding. Yes, Hyuna, he's okay. I turned around, sat on his lap and hugged him. Thank you for saying that. I do not know what I would do without you. He kissed me on the forehead, a gesture that I appreciated a great deal. You're right, I am tough. It's important work that I have to keep at it. I have to keep at it even without an official budget. The future of the ship is at stake. Well, I believe in you, sweetie, he said. Although I wish he'd be more protective of her. I truly do not know what I would do without that man in my life. He does not really understand the importance of what I was talking about. I know. I have tried to explain it without any success. But he's very kind and supports me regardless. And I have to come to realize that it is more important. If I was single, alone, when I received news that I was fired, I do not know what I would do. I would still be alone in the room, crying helplessly. I have no doubt. I would have no determination. It is only because of these words that I am convinced that I must persevere. Yes, dear, I mean it. Even if I don't like you reading over my shoulder while I'm writing, he's doing this right now, I will certainly acknowledge that you are the greatest thing in my life, and that I am very happy to have married you. Oh, certainly. Feel free to squeeze me tighter, but right now I'm going to start transferring documents from work, such that I can start planning to continue my research on the radiation problem from home. I feel freshly inspired. I may be a naive idiot, but I am determined, and I have confidence that I will be able to prove my case. Okay? So there are 15 left. Return to home screen. 7% power. So let's go disable. Or not. Can we please make sure the Death of Mute is in there? Yeah, I really want to see that. I'm gonna put it in myself, okay? I really want to know what it says. Oh. Okay. Did you extract it? Okay. No, you didn't. Okay. I'm guessing... Emergency diagnostic. What does that do? Okay, good. Extract new messages. Oh, okay. 5% power. That's the thing. It's the last one. I don't want to read it yet. I'm out of power. Oh, that means I guess it's gonna be a new day, right? No, guess not. I have 1% power. Can I go to sleep? I'm gonna save. Well, I'm gonna continue this next time, guys. Read like the next 3 to get some more. They'll probably talk about something. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next week.